Rob's doing some stuff on the Forester. Today I have the BMW. It's a little chilly, so thought I'd get a little quick installation done out of the way. I bought a electronic gauge cluster, it has kind of like the new faces like the F80s and stuff, and it's going to be replacing this analog gauge cluster. I saw that this wasn't too hard of an installation, so this is what we're going to try to do today, is this. Pretty much all you'll need is a 10mm Torx bit, or probably smaller than that, it's a 10 though, T10, and a small screwdriver because there are mounting brackets on the back of this somewhere. Yeah, there's the screws, and you're going to use those and mount the brackets onto the cluster face kind of right here. But you start by unbolting these two screws up here. So I'm gonna should just slide out. It kind of like slides forwards, but this is what they look like out of it. I'd be pretty careful because a lot of these Torx bits, they tend to strip out a lot if you're not too careful with them. So I would kind of go a little bit lightly, but both of them are relatively loose. 1 second. Okay, both of them are out now. So the cluster should just be able to pop out after a little bit of wiggling. Alright, so after you wiggle the top where you kind of unbolted the Torx bits from, I would recommend lowering your steering wheel. If you can find the lowering column, you want to do that so you have kind of room, so you kind of have some room to, can't find it. Just a little bit of a squeeze, but it should come out nice and easy after you get those two T10s out. And this connector right here is pretty much the one you want to go after. It's kind of a slide connector, but I'll take it off and resume the video from there. Okay, so I got the tab unlocked. As you can see here, it's just kind of like, it's a button that you pull and you'll slide that down. So right now it's unlocked, but you pull the button back in, press this little clip button back in, and you should be able to lock it back after you connect it to the new screen. But I'm gonna put together the mounting bracket and the screen overlay, and I'll get back to you guys, because after that it should just be dropping it back in there afterwards. Guys, so I have the digital cluster all together now. As you can see, there's two mounting brackets. It should line up with the tabs and stuff up top for those two screws that you take out from the top with the T10. Screws are used in the same brackets that come with the OEM. So here's a little side-by-side. You can see completely different. One is a lot more modern than the other. I don't have anything against the analog gauge cluster faces, but I just feel like being in an E92, it should look a little bit more modern. I don't like the second screen that's usually there, but a digital dash is much better than a analog. So let's get this installed and flip through the different modes. I might need to update it, which is what this cable is, in case anyone was wondering. This little USB cable just plugs into the back of the electronic screen, and it kind of just runs updates through your car. Normally you won't ever, or you will need it, but not often at all. You shouldn't, at least. So let's get this installed and get back to it. The gauge plugged in around, as you can see. I took off the cluster face because you need to take this off to install it. If you look at any other video, this just won't fit in there unless you take the gauge off first. But that's okay, because you're only doing these two. You already bolted it in from the back, but here's the startup screen. Super cool.
Power on. Recording. Connected.
Different systems, that's basically the system settings, is how you change the layouts. You go to information, that'll kind of tell you pretty much everything you need to do and when you need to do it. Thought that was pretty cool. Just have to, everything's controlled by your BC switch. and you could just flip through it with this. But you hold down the BC button to go and look at stuff. You can, for fuel information, you can see your miles per gallon, your water temp, oil temp, distance, voltage, all basic stuff. But I think it's pretty nice to have this in the car. Again, not much to complain about. Everything works as it should. Even the revs are pretty much on point. Nothing's too laggy. So yeah, pretty happy with it. I would say it's about a 10 to 15 minute installation if you're at least a little bit mechanically inclined. Mine does sit slightly crooked, as you might be able to tell. That's just because I need to make some kind of riser for that side to sit on. On the E92 328Xi there's like a little bracket here that is sitting up higher on. I don't know why. I tried taking it out and readjusting it multiple times, but it sits lower on that side. I need to put something under it. Other than that though, it came out very nice. It looks so much more modern in here now. Just gotta take it to the car wash and get it clean. Hopefully you guys enjoy the video though. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If not, go visit Upstairs Customs or Rest Vermont once we're done.